Corruption delays and may even stop development and economic growth, promoting inequalities and leaving governments with less money to support healthcare, education, and other public services. To address this problem, the United Nations Convention Against Corruption was adopted in 2003. Today, it is truly global in its reach, with 189 parties, and is the only internationally binding legal instrument against corruption. For parties to the Convention, differences in historical, legal, social, and economic contexts pose different challenges for its implementation. However, in Central Asia, shared traditions and context in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan support the identification of common solutions to these challenges. In recent years, anti-corruption reforms and campaigns have gained traction in the region. To reinforce this momentum and to support national governments in their anti-corruption efforts, UNODC and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development initiated a project in 2020. The project focuses on building the capacities of Central Asian civil society organizations as well as the private sector, so they are able to participate more effectively in implementation efforts. A key guiding principle of the project is the understanding that to be effective, the implementation of the Convention must involve non-state actors at grassroots, local, national, regional, and international levels. Articles 12 and 13 of the Convention urge parties to take concrete measures to involve both the private sector as well as groups and individuals outside the public sector in the global fight against corruption. Civil society and the private sector have the potential to be important allies to their national governments, possibly acting as advocates for accountability, transparency, and good governance, or supporting efforts to curb corruption. Private sector companies may even be able to cooperate with their governments on investigations, reporting, and the implementation of compliance policies that strengthen the integrity of the economy. Key activities and results of the project to date include more than 100 participants from civil society organizations, the private sector, and public institutions across the region received training on the United Nations Convention Against Corruption and its review mechanism. This training was conducted during the same period in which governments were preparing self-assessments of their implementation of the Convention's chapters on preventive measures and asset recovery. To support this preparatory work, a follow-up training was held in Uzbekistan for the responsible public officials.
К примеру, было очень полезно рассмотреть и разобрать статью 12 Конвенции о частном секторе. В частности, мы рассмотрели, какие меры могут быть предприняты со стороны государства в разработке внутреннего законодательства по предупреждению коррупции.
Anti-corruption measures are most effective when they are grounded on thorough research and analysis. To encourage such activities in the region, the project supported 5 research-based initiatives led by local civil society organizations.
Мало сказать, что есть общая какая-то коррумпированность, да, в той или иной системе. Необходимо обосновывать эти факты, необходимо подходить с научной точки зрения, чтобы составить серьезное аналитическое представление о процессах, которые идут сегодня, да, в рамках этой борьбы.
UNODC supported the establishment of Uzbekistan's first ever anti-corruption agency, Public Council. The Council serves as a platform for anti-corruption dialogue, including civil society and private sector stakeholders. To support the efforts of the Public Council, consultations were conducted with its members 6 months on in order to create better understanding around its mechanism as well as to assess its successes and gaps. Finally, UNODC held a training seminar on corruption and fraud for the private sector, which was attended by CEOs and compliance officers from more than 60 Uzbek automotive companies.
Особую значимость этого тренинга позволило нам понять сам феномен коррупции, его возникновение, причины, а также факторы, спровоцирующие их в корпоративном секторе.
Though significant progress has been made, the need to support the implementation of the Convention in Central Asia is growing. It is essential that commitments made to address gaps in anti-corruption legislation and enforcement continue to be met. To this end, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development will continue to support the work of stakeholders in the region. To learn more about the project or to get involved with one of our upcoming events in the region, please visit our website or contact us.